And I think having the knowledge of what Bruce experienced throughout that whole process really makes you, you get a wonderful opportunity to listen with fresh ears. But because you know the turmoil and the pain that he was in, you can really hear it within his voice and in the lyrics.
Stephen, I was reading an interview with you this morning talking about you getting emotional when you got a text from Bruce Springsteen. And then I went in to this film and I watched it for 2 hours and it was making me cry because all the way through I was watching it, I was watching your beautiful performance, and then I was thinking about how he must have felt to see his dad on screen again, and it made me very emotional.
Yeah, it's honest to God, it was just I can't find a word sometimes, you know what I mean? He's such a wonderful man. Bruce is a wonderful human being. And the relationship between him and his father was very difficult. Do you know what I mean? It was a really difficult relationship. And I think it was also because of that, the relationship his father had with his own father, which didn't really exist. Do you know what I mean? He was abandoned as a child, more or less. And that's what I did. I listened to Bruce's audiobook for my research. And I noticed that Bruce kind of he changed the tone of his voice when he was talking. And basically I nicked that. You know, most actors we're kind of chameleons and a bit like magpies, do you know what I mean? You nick things, you see things. You see a walk in a train station, you go, oh, I'll have that one. You register it and put it away in your little Rolodex. But I noticed that tone change in his voice. And when I had a conversation with him, I mentioned that, and he was completely unaware of it. So that was kind of the line I went down, do you know what I mean? And his father was troubled, exceptionally troubled. You know, he was a manic depressive and he had his own problems with drink. And so it was trying to be as honest as I could to the story. And to what was beautifully written by Scott, and just try and save that story to the best of my ability, do you know what I mean? That was my intention, that's what I tried to do.
It was beautiful and it felt very real. And I found it incredibly moving to watch. And the final scene when you're older and you see Bruce again and you're talking to him, and you've got that lovely scene with the two of you in his dressing room. That was, I mean, God, all the feels. It was incredible.
Thank you very much.
It was a really beautiful thing to watch. I mean, are you sort of a Bruce Springsteen fan before all this started? In
all honesty, no, I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And I'm being completely honest. I mean, of course, I was aware of who he was, but I never really listened to his music at all, really. If I'm completely honest. Some of the classic songs, Born in the USA and things like that, do you know what I mean? I heard them. My Uncle Joey was a bit of a fan when I was a kid. I remember that, our Joey being into that kind of music and hearing it about. But what that made me do, what that gave me a wonderful opportunity, which I did. I went back after just before we started filming, and then when I'd finished filming, I went back and I listened to Nebraska, the album. It's beautiful. It's so soulful. And I think, I was just having a conversation, and I think having the knowledge of what Bruce experienced throughout that whole process really makes you, you get a wonderful opportunity to listen with fresh ears. But because you know the turmoil and the pain that he was in, you can really hear it within his voice and in the lyrics. The lyrics are so beautiful, do you know what I mean? In many ways, there's that kind of duality of pain and joy within it, you know what I mean? It's wonderful.
I'm going to listen to it on my walk back over to
It's a beautiful album, honest to God, it really is. And it's just the way he stripped it back as well, in that kind of, it's just the artistry of a man in the music, do you know what I mean? And that's what he was trying to hold on to. And that's where his integrity for what he was really shone through. Because I was dead lucky because I didn't want to watch any rough cuts or any takes. So I got to watch it the first time a couple of weeks ago at the New York Film Festival. So it was the first time I'd watched it, you know what I mean? It was absolutely beautiful. It was really beautiful. And I'm a huge fan of Scott's anyway, and Jeremy, both Jeremys are just marvellous. They're absolutely fantastic.
I mean, I can't wait. I'm going to go and watch it again next week when it's out. Thank you so much. It was lovely to talk to you.
Thank you very much.